by the way.
All right, big, take it away.
We lost him.
Alright, before we jump into the Bible and get blessed by the Most High's words, I'm gonna do a little prayer real quick. Everybody bow your heads. Thank you, Yahweh, the Most High God, for your Son, Yeshua, Jesus, for dying for our sins, getting back up 3 days later to tell the story that he already been telling. Thank you for allowing us to read the Word and stay connected with you, the Most High, Yahweh, and the set apart Spirit. Thank you for allowing our family to get together, to read together, to stay connected together with you. Please bless us on our path, on our spiritual journey, to furthermore get stronger connection with you. Thank you for keeping us alive, and thank you for everything. In Yeshua's name I pray. Amen.
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 All right. So before we go heavy, guys, I'm gonna start practicing some of the words, some of the names that I know you guys say Yahweh. Um, I don't know what's right. I don't bless. I don't know what's wrong,
Bless
what's
you.
right. But I've heard, I've researched
Bless
and
you.
heard some
Yeah.
bless. I've researched and heard some dope. To me, it's just something that I want to get into practice of saying. So you might hear me say um, in this reading, you might hear me say, Yahweh or Yahweh or there's another one I really so appreciate. It's Yahweh, Yahweh, right? I just like the way it sounds, right? But please don't get confused. I'm still speaking of the Most High with the most love and adoration towards His name, most respect, most fear towards His name. Feel me? So it's like I don't want it to be sounding like I'm playing games with His name. Just to put it out there. So yeah. Um, so I guess like we always do, we figure out the reading assignments. You know. And so Big, since you had a chance to do the benediction, um, go ahead and choose first with reading assignment you want, kind sir.
I'll go last.
Well, all
So
right.
what?
Shoot, doggy dog. What say you, kind sir?
I guess second.
All right, that means I gotta go first.
All right, before we start, give me a chance to blow my nose.
Uh,
Wait, back.
So as I see it right now, while he's getting all set up, blow his nose. I see that one person will have four, and the two people have five.
yep. And I'll take the 4. Hey. So how was your week? Hello?
Yes, sir.
How was your week?
Oh man, so far so decent. The working out part is super dope,
Yeah, and I'm
I
back.
guess. But like now it's like I gotta get, I know it's a Sabbath, but I gotta get off my tail. Like I've been on some kind of weird vacation. I feel like a holiday vacation. I ain't got no holidays. It's not my holiday. So yeah, so I gotta get back on that gear. I don't know what happened to that gear, but I gotta get back on that gear. So yeah, it's grind. Yeah, so the week was pretty relaxed, chillax. You know what I'm saying? Subdued, but I gotta get back on that gear. Oh shoot, now that you back, we broke it down. We got um two people will have five and one person will have four. And Big decided he'll take the four.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on this I said is Yahweh. Okay. And the word of Yahweh came to me saying, Son of man, set your face towards the mountain of Israel and prophesize against them. And you shall say, O mountains of Israel, hear the words of the Master Yahweh. Thus says Master Yahweh to the mountains, to the hills, to the ravines, and to the valleys. Look, I
Appreciate you,
myself will bring
Heartbroken
the sword
R1.
against you. You shall
I'm in
destroy
church
your
right
high
now,
places,
but I appreciate
and your
that.
slaughter places shall be ruined, and your sun pillars shall be broken into pieces. And I shall make your slain fall in front of your idol, and lay the corpse of the children of Israel in front of them. Scatter your bones all around your spoil.
Okay. Sorry.
It's getting way a little bit
Mhm.
late.
In all your dwelling places, cities, the city shall be destroyed, and the high places deserted, so that your slaughter places are broken and bear their punishment. And your idols shall be smashed and made to cease, and your sun pillars cut down, and your bricks blotted out, and the slain shall
A
fall into the
sermon up,
pits.
your mic
And you
down.
shall know that I am Yahweh.
Nah, it's
And I
perfect.
shall leave a remnant, and some of you, and that some of you shall escape the sword among the nations, when you are scattered throughout the lands. And those who escape shall remember me among the nations, where they have been taken captive, because I have been broken by their adulterous heart, which has turned away from me, and by their eyes, which hoard after their idols. And they shall loathe themselves for the evils in which they have done in their abominations. And they shall know that I am Yahweh, and not for naught have I spoken to do this evil to them.
Thus said the Master Yahweh, strike with your hand and stamp your feet, and say, Alas, because of the evil abominations of the house of Israel, who shall fall by sword, by scarcity of food, and by pestilence. He who is far off shall die by pestilence. He who is near fall by the sword. And he who is left over and is besieged die by scarcity of food. And I shall complete my wrath upon them. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh, when their slain are among their idols, all around their slaughter places, on every high hill, on all the mountain tops, under every green tree, and under every thick oak, wherever they offered sweet incense to all their idols. And I shall stretch out my hand against them, and make the land a wasteland, even more waste than the wilderness toward Diblah, in all their dwelling places. And they shall know that I am Yahweh.
Very much, big.
soaking that one in right now.
Okay. Before Duke does his dissertation, let me jump in real quick. Right? Um, Remember, guys, when we're soaking these in, do remember this the context, meaning this is a history book too. You can't forget that. Remember, we time travelers right now. So we're not in 2024 right now. We're in this moment, right? Before the fall, before the Babylonians come in and take over, right, and destroy everything. We're talking about a chosen people. Like, look, I'm setting you apart from everyone else, right? What they do, you won't be able to do because I'm embracing you all as my people, right? I had my ones. I had my ones that I favored amongst all. Now this is a nation as promised that Abraham, right? So in this, you guys are set apart. They're set apart. Um, there's a set apart way that you guys have to live. A set apart culture. Even foods. There's going to be an understanding between clean and unclean, and you guys can't backslide and go back to the understandings of the Mr. Ham, the mystery school system. And that's dead. That was dead. The high places he talk about, the sun pillars he talk about, those are worshiping idols, false deities. Now you could be like, man, that's not too hard for to see because that's then, guys. This is today, and there's still people in the masonry. There are still people in the boule. There's still people following these Babylonian or mystery Babylonian mystery principle with the deities. Like even and we saying this even of today when you look at the archetypes of these comic book heroes or these characters, these heroes, they're amalgamation of what the Greeks understood from them. This and that came way after, right? This is so around this time, guys. You got to be thinking about what's going on in the world, right? The what you would call the Babylonians before they became Persians, the Babylonians were coming, and they were coming as part of the Most High's plan to just okay, my children are acting up. I'm gonna get. That's like saying, hey, big, you acting up in school. I'm not gonna beat you. I'm gonna get that kid in your class to beat you up, right? And that's just a small microcosm of it. So if we could remember context, because I know you're reading it from back to, so do remember still a history book of these people, and they want to wash it away. Like the adversary wants to get rid of this. They want to keep it status quo. They want to keep us going. All right, for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Like some people talk about they want your soul. Some people talk about they go into damnation and they want to take as many people as going as with them. For whatever reason. But that could be the test of man, of his kind of man, not anybody else, not anybody else. Shoot,
Soaking that one in.
goodness gracious, 25 seconds or less. All right,
Professional.
Jim. He's getting good at this. He's getting good.
Yeah.
He's getting good. All right, so would have been like 7. Okay, so we all got 9 a pop.
No lies detected.
All right, what's the word I'm learning how to use? Okay, Yahweh. Okay, and the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, "And you, son of man, this is what the Master Yahweh said to the land of Israel. an end. The end has come upon the four corners of the land. Now the end is upon you, and I shall send my displeasure against you, and judge you according to your ways, and repay you for all your abominations. And my eyes shall not pardon you, nor would I spare, for I repay you your ways while your abominations are in your midst. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, Yahweh, that I am Yahweh. Thus says the Master Yahweh. A calamity, a calamity, and only a calamity. Look, it has come. An end has come. The end has come. It has awakened against you. Look, it has come. The turn has come to you, O inhabitants of the land. The time has come. A day of uproar is near, and not of rejoicing in the mountains. Soon I shall pour out my wrath, and shall complete my displeasure upon you, and judge you according to your ways, and repay you for all your abominations. And my eyes shall not pardon, nor would I spare. I give you according to your ways, while your abominations are in your midst. And you shall know that I am Yahweh who strikes.
See the day, see it has come. The turn has come, the rod has blossomed, pride has budded, the violence has grown into a rod of wrongdoing. There is none of them, and there is none of its crowd, and none of its crowd, and none of their riches, and none eminent among them. The time has come, and the day has arrived. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is on all its crowd. For the seller shall not return to what has been sold, though they are still alive. For the vision is for all its crowd. It shall not turn back, and in the crookedness of his life a man shall not strengthen himself. They have blown the trumpet, and all is prepared, but no one goes to battle, for my wrath is on all its crowd. The sword is outside, and the pestilence and the scarcity of food inside. He who's in the field dies by the sword, and he who's in a city, scarcity of food and pestilence devour him. While they who escape them shall escape and be on the mountains, like doves of the valley, all of them mourning, each for his crookedness. All hands go limp, and all knees become as water. And they shall gird on sackcloth, and be covered with trembling, and shame shall be on every face, and baldness on all their heads.
They throw their silver into the streets, and their gold becomes as filth. Their silver and their gold is unable to deliver them in, in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They do not satisfy their appetite, nor fill their stomachs, because it has been their stumbling block of crookedness. In the splendor of his ornaments he set in excellency, but they made from it the images of their abominations and their disgusting matters. Therefore I shall make it like filth to them, and I shall give it for a prey into the hands of strangers, and to the wrong of the earth for a spoil, and they shall profane it, and I shall turn my face from them, and they shall profane my secret place, for destroyers shall enter it and profane it. Make a chain, for the land has been filled with crimes of blood, and the city has been filled with violence. And I shall bring the evil ones of the nations, and they shall possess their houses. And I shall cause the pride of the strong to cease, and their set apart places shall be profaned. Destruction shall come, and they shall seek peace, but there is none. Calamity upon calamity shall come, and report shall be upon report, and they shall seek a vision from a prophet, but the teaching has perished from the priest, and counsel from the elders. Let the sovereign mourn, and let the prince put on despair, and let the hands of the common people tremble. And I shall deal with them according to their way, and judge them with their own right rulings, and they shall know that I am Yahweh.
Hmm.
Sheesh.
Go ahead, big. Drop it while it's hot.
Man, Yahweh just, he's still mad that people won't choose him over idols that they worship. They they just disrespect Yahweh every day, so now he's gonna turn a blind eye, and all the evil is just gonna come to them, and there will be no peace for them. About to get crazy
Fact.
for the people that don't follow Yahweh.
And mind you, big. They're building. That's like, I'm not trying to be vulgar on this Sabbath day, but that's like me just, I can't even say how vile this could be because I don't want to disrespect anybody, but I don't care, right? I don't care. I only care about the will and the feelings of the Most High. But that's like saying me me talking all of this on the Sabbath and then tomorrow going to a gay bar and picking out a person, right? I don't even know how to think this through because it's an abomination, right? It's like actually going, like thoughts come into people's heads and I don't get mad. It's just like advertising. Thoughts will come into your head. It's just advertising. It could be something you've seen weeks prior. Marketers are planning on this, right? They could have put something in the TV show and now it's popping in your head for a reason. But the actual action of going through it, letting that, holding that thought, making that thought become a prevailing part of your day or your time or your resources, and building monuments, building temples. Because mind you, I'm while you were reading, shoot, while you were reading big, I'm looking at the timeline. I'm looking at the timeline. Just to remember, like, this Ezekiel lived what it said to live from uh 592 BC to 570. That wasn't a long time. That wasn't a long time, right? That could be what, shoot, 22 years?
Damn.
You think about, you see what I'm saying? So, am I correct or I'm wrong? Maybe I could be.
Yeah, what's the years again?
It was 592 to 70 BC.
592 to 70. Oh,
570,
okay.
sorry, 570. Sorry,
It's
sorry.
going backwards. It's going backwards.
Yeah, it's mind you, it's going to zero and then yeah.
Yeah, it's 22.
So like, so this is a young man with the task of telling a nation, like, okay, y'all been bugging because all the elders were tripping. Can you imagine, guys? You live in a country right now. You guys live in a country where, dare I say it, your entertainers are almost deified, meaning they're almost godlike. They become stars. Hopefully that breaks in your generation. I live in a country where your political representatives are starting to become like lords. Huh? Y'all live in a place. I said the entertainers, right? Right? Like the artists, music artists. There's also entertainers, the guys that are sports, that play the sports, athletes. Guys, worship them. Not you guys, but they're getting worship. So almost like a football coliseum or a football stadium, it's almost like a church now. There's more people, more fanatic, more of his children, more fanatic in that sport than his word. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So we talking about people putting resources in building these high places. There was an infiltration from hello. From hello. It's just, this is how that infiltration, this is how that bad blood, this is how that little cancer is growing inside the community of Yasharal. And this is how we're going to take it out. This is how we're going to stomp it out. So, mind you, Nebuchadnezzar, who comes into power at 605 BC. This is his brother, 605 BC to 562. So just to let you know, this ain't even happened yet. This is coming. This is a foreshadow. This is a prophet. This is prophetic. So you're dealing with something in peoples that was not meant to touch. They was not meant to do. They was not meant to be around that. That's like all of a sudden, we all start eating swine. What do you think is going to happen to us? Like just hold this moment, right? Because that's what I don't want people to forget. I don't think people actually read scripture. They go to a church, which is a high place, right? Has nothing to do with the Most High. Like, let's be fair. Has nothing to do with Yahshua. Let's be fair. Because Jesus is not Yahshua. Jesus is a Greco-Roman creation. Christianity is not of the way. I'm sorry if y'all hearing this for the first time. It's a Greco-Roman creation. It's part of what they like in the New Testament mixed with Greek philosophy. Ta-da, Christianity. This is that's so people don't even want to find the way on their own. We don't even have groups. Like right now, this is a remnant. Like it's three of us. How many cousins we got? How many brothers and sisters we got? There's three of us. Talk about yo, let's keep the Sabbath. Out of how many? We could start with my generation, the Woodies, the Joes, the Benjis. Then we get into y'all generation, the Bigs, the Storms, you know what I'm saying? Then we get deeper, the T-Regs, how many of them? Now, could it be on us to get strong in the word and let them know, like y'all, if y'all keep going this way, if y'all keep going the way y'all going, this is gonna be a calamity.
Calamity upon calamity.
A calamity upon calamity. You tell them it. Y'all keep going this way. You may think you're winning now, but in the long run, and we talking about eternity, gentlemen. He's saying forever in certain things. So can you imagine our creator, the most high? Let me not even call him the creator anymore, because he's bigger than just creating things. The most high already knew who we are gonna be in our mom's womb, in our father's eye. He already knew. But he's letting us walk this out still. He's letting us play out still. We're growing into this. And so I'm grateful that we can come together. Because you guys could be holding up your house. You hear me? You guys could be the foundation, the cornerstone of your house because you believe in a house of Dawid. You believe, and I'm not a believer anymore. I'm sorry. I no longer believe. I'm out of the believing business. I know. And how do I know? Because I was blessed with having scripture to understand and the set apart spirit to guide me. I don't need to believe. You can't even, there's no doubt. You can't even bring a doubt in me. Not today. And I don't even want Satan to try. I don't even want him to try. I don't even want to go through that temptation. I'm just letting them know early. Like, it's not going to be an easy look on me. You may beat me. Don't get me wrong. You're older and you're stronger. But so once I get in my right mind and my right senses, call upon the name of the Most High. Oh, guess what's gonna wither away? That's what's gonna evaporate. So timing, gentlemen. Once again, the timing. All right. Shoot, I'm really prepared, man. I got my notes. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in front of the class, man. Just
All
take your
right, well,
time when you say it. Please, sir, take the time.
make sure you write this down because it's super important.
Okay, hold on. I'm sharpening my pencil right now.
I'm just
What's your
sucking that one
pencil?
in.
Smoking that one. Got it. he said, he said SOS. Got it. Oh man. On to the next one, man. On to the next one, gentlemen. All right, so we got so okay. So
6.
everybody's gonna get six, huh?
Yep.
Is that your final answer?
Nope. I don't like it, but it's the way.
What
And
must
it
be
came
done?
to be. Okay, I'm sorry.
I said it's what must be done, sir.
Let's be done. And it came to be in the 6th year, in the 6th month, on the 5th of the new moon, as I sat in my house with the elders of Yehuda sitting before me, that they that the hand of the master, what am I saying? That the hand of the master Yahweh fell upon me there, and I looked and saw a likeness, like the appearance of fire, from his waist and downward. The appearance was like fire. From his waist upward, the appearance of a brightness, like glowing metal. He stretched out the form of a hand and took me by the lock of my hair. And the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heavens and brought me in vision of Elohim of Israel, Jerusalem, to the door of the north gate of the inner court, where the seat of the image of jealousy was, which caused jealousy, which causes jealousy. And see, the esteem of the Elohim of Israel was there, like a vision that I saw in the plain. And he said to me, Son of man, please lift your eyes towards the north. And I lift my eyes towards them, my eyes northward. And the north of the slaughtering place gate, I saw the image of jealousy in the entrance. And he said to me, Son of man, do you see what they are doing? The great abominations which the house of Israel are doing here, driving me away from my set apart place? Are you to see still greater abominations? And you are to see still greater abominations.
And he brought me to the door of the court, and I looked and saw a hole in the wall. He said to me, Son of man, please dig into the wall. And when I dug into the wall, I saw a door. And he said to me, Go in and see the evil abominations which they are doing there. And I went in and looked and saw all kinds of creeping creatures, abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, carved all around the walls. And facing them stood 70 men of the elders of the house of Israel, and in their midst stood Azan-Yahu, son of Safan. Each, each one had a censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. And he said to me, Son of man, have you seen what the others of the house of Israel are doing in the dark? Each one in the rooms of his idols, for they say, Yahweh does not see us. Yahweh has forsaken the land.
And he said to me, You are to see still greater abominations which they are doing. And he brought me to a door of the north gate of the house of Yahweh. And I saw women sitting there, weeping for Tammuz. Then he said to me, Have you seen this, O son of man? You are to see still greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of the house of Yahweh, and there, at the door of the hekel of Yahweh, between the porch and the slaughter place, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the hekel of Yahweh, and their faces toward the east, and they were bowing themselves eastward to the sun. And he said to me, Have you seen, O son of man? Is it a small matter to the house of Yehuda to do the abominations which they have done here? For they have filled the land with violence, and turned back to provoke me. And see, they are putting the branch to my nose. Therefore I shall indeed deal in wrath. My eyes shall not pardon, nor would I spare. And they shall cry in my ears with a loud voice, but I shall not hear them.
Guys, real quick, right? Something that I don't want us to overlook, right? So you see how in Ezekiel, the 8th chapter, verse 9, I believe that each of us should have a footnote in there, right? At the end of the verse. So that way we can understand what these abominations were. So the first one, it says, see also Ezekiel 6, chapter 6, verse 4, right? If you guys can go there real quick. What does chapter 6, verse 4 says? Shoot.
Chapter 6, verse 4 says, "And your slaughter places shall be ruined, your sun pillars shall be broken in pieces, and I shall make your slain fall in front of your idols."
Okay. I'm not making a point. I'm not making a point. A point is already made, right? Just so we can understand. Big. What does in the Barham or Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, what does the verse 19 say, sir?
Hold on.
Take your time.
You said verse. What was the chapter?
It's Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 19, sir.
Deuteronomy 4, verse 19. Unless you lift up your eyes to the heavens, and shall see the sun, and the moon, and the stars, all the host of the heavens, and you be drawn away into bowing down to them and serving them, which Yahweh your Elohim has allotted to all the peoples under all the heavens.
Right, right. Like this is he's still cooking. He's still cooking. So I'm gonna run to Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 3, right? And it says, and has gone and served other mighty ones and bowed down to them, or to the sun, or to the moon, or to any of the hosts of the heavens, which I have not commanded. Right? He's still cooking. He's still cooking. So you understand what it is, because you're gonna see it today. So go on to Second Kings, right? The 23rd chapter, verse 4 through 11. Shoot, can you read that for me, sir?
He said, say it one more time. Where you want me to
Uh,
read?
um, Melchim 2 Kings, 23rd chapter, verses 4 to 11. So,
Then the sovereign commanded Hilkiah the high priest, and the priests of the second order, and the doorkeepers, to bring out the hekel of Yahweh, all the objects that were made for Baal, and for Asherah, and for all the host of the heavens. And he burned them outside Jerusalem in the fields of Kidron, and took their ashes to Bethiel. And he put down the black robe priest excuse me, whom the sovereigns of Yehuda had appointed to burn incense on the high places in the cities of Yehuda, and in the places all around Jerusalem, and all those who burned incense to Baal, to the sun, and to the moon, and to the constellations, and to all the hosts of the heavens. And he brought out the Asherah from the house of Yahweh to the Wadi Kidron outside Jerusalem, and burned it at the Wadi Kidron, and ground it to ashes. and threw its ashes on the burial sites of the sons of the people. And he broke down the houses of the male cult prostitutes that were in the house of Yahweh, where the women wove tapestries for the Asherah. And he brought all the priests from the cities of Yehuda and defiled the high places where the priests had burned incense, from Geba to Beersheba, and broke down the high places at the gates which were at the entrance of the gate of Yehoshua, the governor of the city, which were left to the which were to the left of the city gate. However, the priests of the high places did not come up to the slaughter place of Yahweh in Jerusalem, but they ate unleavened bread among their brothers. And he defiled Tophet, Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, so that no man can make his son or his daughter pass through the fire to Molech. And he did away with the horses that the sovereigns of Yehuda had given to the sun at the entrance to the house of Yahweh, by the room of Nathan Melech, the eunuch, that were in the court. And he burned the chariots of the sun with fire.
All right, guys. I think y'all seen what's being cooked, right? I think y'all can start smelling it, right? Hold on, that was it. Now let's go to what is it? Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles, right? This is all throughout time. This is before, but these are all what we still doing. Second Chronicles, 14th chapter, verse 5. Can you read that for me, Big?
And he removed the high places and the sun pillars from all the cities of Yehuda, and the rain rested under him.
All right, guys, can you start to see what's going on here? These guys, like, we're losing it, right? So we're going to Job. We're being influenced. That's how Satan works. Got influenced. All right, so Job, the 31st chapter, 29th verse. I'm gonna read that for you, gentlemen. Let me get to it. If I have rejoiced when he who hated me was ruined, or lifted myself up when evil found him. Right? So we understand. Right? So next one is Jeremiah, the 19th chapter. Yirmiyahu, the 19th chapter, 13th verse, right?
Excuse me.
Can you read that for me, Shoot, when you get a moment?
And the houses of Jerusalem and the houses of the sovereigns of Yehuda shall be as unclean as the place of Tophet, because all the houses on whose roofs they have burned incense to all the hosts of the heavens, and poured out drink offerings to other mighty ones.
Okay, guys, you can start to see when people talk about, man, maybe it's Christmas. Okay, keep playing around, keep playing. Maybe Christmas. Okay, keep playing around, All right, big. We go into Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, the 44th chapter, and can you read verse 17 for me, kind sir?
But we shall do whatever has gone out of our own mouth, to burn incense to the sovereignness of the heavens, and pour out drink offerings to her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our sovereigns and our heads, in the cities of Yehuda, and in the streets of Jerusalem. And we had plenty of food, and were well off, and saw no evil.
Okay. All right. So okay, y'all tripping, but okay, y'all think y'all got it. This is all throughout. So now Acts. I'm going to Acts, the 7th chapter, going down to the 42nd verse. 42nd verse. Bear with me. So Elohim turned and gave them up to worship the host of heavens, as it has been written in the book of the prophet. Did you bring slaughter beasts and offerings unto me during the 40 years in the wilderness, O house of Israel? Guys, if we can't start to see, right? That we were not meant to do what they've done. We were not meant to. The Most High put the sun in the sky. He put the moon in the sky, not for us to go worship. He put the stars in the heavens, not for us to go down and bow down our knee. There is no Father God, Mother God, Son of God. That's what the mystery coast. That's what, huh? What happened?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So like, that's what's been in play since the time of the fallen. That's what's been in play. Like, that's why he's not too mad at you because you guys are influenced, but he is mad at us because we should know better. Yeah, I'm gonna get mad at, yeah, my lady could be celebrating Christmas. She don't know better. But me celebrating with her, oh, calamity on calamity. And it happens. It's easy as, oh, baby, you don't want to celebrate Christmas? It's the season of giving. You know what? Wait, I have to have a season to want to give you?
Oh,
I can't
for
just
real.
want to. But that's not the point. That's a giving of a gift. You guys made it a holy day, holiday. You made it a holy day. And why a tree? Huh? Didn't they warn us about taking the trees out from the woods and putting ornaments on them and a little star on top and bow down to that? What we keep seeing, Baal. What we keep seeing a lot. Like, you guys are still putting Baal in the place where Yahweh should be, Jehovah should be. Really? Yahweh should be. Yahuwah, however you pronounce it. Yahweh. That's what y'all doing. That's what y'all doing. You changed the name. Okay, so you starting to worship a rock, but you changed the name of it. Now it's Islam. Hmm. These are the same old religions that's been here. What we practice is not a religion, gentlemen. It's a way. It's a way. This is the way we need to live amongst each other. This is the way we need to rule amongst these other nations. This is the way we're supposed to treat each other with money, and that's not a religion. What you guys are doing are a religion. You going to church on Sundays, that's the first day of the week. Why are you doing that? Oh, to align you from worshiping the sun? You guys are lunatics. What's that mean? Oh, worship above the moon. The lunar ticks? Hmm. It's not hard. It is truly that simple. But the influences get you. It leaves thoughts in your head, movies, commercials in your mind. Man, maybe I need to do this to be cool. Man, if I want to make that money, I need to pass my child to the fires of Molech. That sound familiar? We got abortion clinics. That's not passing the fire. What do they do with the child when it's done? Do they burn it? Well, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't ever want to go to a ceremony of Molech. I don't. I don't want to go to an abortion clinic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These things have not gone away, gentlemen. The occult, the cult worship, the cult prostitutes. This is male prostitutes. What do you, they've been telling you. This thing being fruity pop. No disrespect, but all disrespect. You're doing this because of a thought. You wasn't born that way. That's what they're telling you. That's what the influencers are telling you. And they'll tell you this not, but they influence you. The cult prostitute. Their deities are androgynous. They could be a man or a woman, just like the Nephilim, the fallen. However they do to attract you, to take semen from this person, and then they were been doing these things. In our time, what are we gonna do? In our day, in the day, okay, 2024, what are you gonna do, Big? Huh, little Emperor? What are you gonna do, little Killer Pooh? Where are you gonna stand? How you gonna show conviction? Or do you bend the knee like everybody else? And then it's got so abominable. It got so that in that chapter that we just read, I know we read a lot of other verses, but they were hiding it. That's how bad they knew that they were doing. They said, look, Ezekiel, I'm about to take you into these. So guess what we're gonna see when we go to one of these Masonic meetings? Abominations. Guess what we gonna go to when we see these events, these uh uh these parties at these what people that we call our leaders, our politicians, what they do in their off time? Abomination. Guess what you're gonna see when these Hollywood stars, right, get together? You starting to just see and hear about the Diddy parties. Oh, it's gonna sound gross to you, but they've been doing this. This is for the god Neptune or Cyrus or Asar. They've been practicing this. There's nothing in scripture talking about like, oh, at some point you guys are gonna sit and worship a cross, and that's gonna be my symbol. Nothing I have read thus far said that. But guess what? My mother did. Who I love. Mima did. She had a cross in her house. The influences. She went to church she went to church every day, but you know what I'm saying? Sunday was one of her days. The influences. We've been infiltrated. They've been here. There's been devils in our midst for how long? These guys wanted to be of the world, gentlemen. And you seeing right now that it's not easy, but it's also not hard once you make it just mind up. The pressures, you guys may find a girl, she may be the life, the joy of your world, whatever the case may be, and she may tell you, baby, it's just Valentine's Day. But you, knowing better, no, this is the Lupercalia. This is a worship. This is a moon ceremonial worship. No, I'm sorry.
You
I
are to
can't.
still see greater abominations than these.
You're definitely going to see greater abomination than these. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. So when you guys hear, oh, they sacrifice children, oh, don't be surprised. Don't be like, oh, don't do that. We already knew. We were prepared.
Excuse me.
When you guys hear what they do to these children, oh, don't be surprised. Don't be shocked neither. And don't be fearful. Because we stand with the Most High. We already know He's going to let us see a lot. We ain't supposed to fall victim to their little snares. And seek Him. Can't fight this on your own. I can't be like, man, Satan ain't going to get me, man. Baal ain't going to get Molech ain't going to, because Satan is just an amalgamation of them. For us, the adversary, the people that's going against the Most High. It's not even us they beefing. They just want Him. So they coming to us because they think we the weakest link. So I'm already accepting, hey, I'm weak. I'm a weak vessel. That's why I need you, Heavenly Father, to fill me up. Guard me from the inside out. Here's a home in my heart. Here's your home. Let me take it all. You know me, guys. I was a woman pleaser and a woman lover. And I still love the ladies. Don't get me wrong. But my heart, gentlemen, my heart, my house belongs to the Most High. Belongs to the Most High. Ain't nobody sharing it. Yes, I love you guys. You guys are loving my life. But as far as like in love, that's the only thing I could be. All right, man. I'm sorry. I mean to jump the gun, big. I know you got a lot to say, shoot. I know you got a lot of firepower to bring to the table. I'm gonna let you go first, big, because we gotta save it for Pooh, man. We gotta let him get his 30 minutes of fame. Big.
Well, I was just gonna say that Yahweh was showing him, showing Ezekiel, I think. He was showing him why his wrath is going to happen. He's showing him that he's not crazy. He tried to tell the people stop, but clearly they trying to still do it like he can't see it. So he made him see it with him, saying, "You see this? You see what I'm about to do? What I'm about to do? Look, this is not all. They're doing even more evil. Look over here. Oh, and over there." Showing them everything that they're doing that deserves his wrath right now.
I have too much time in the day, sir. I know you passionate and you want to tell us everything, but please, sir, can you keep it to 30 minutes?
I don't know, 'cause 30 minutes isn't really a lot of time. So I'll just sum it up as I'm still sucking it in.
Mm. And I wrote that down too. Got it all. Still soaking at it. Got it. On to the next. On to the next one. Oh, this one is okay. So got like what? Right. So two people will have four. One person will have three.
And
So
I'll
since he
take the
took
three.
take the three, got it, baby. And he called out in my hearing with a loud voice, saying, "Let the punishers of the city draw near, each with his weapon of destruction in his hand." And look, 6 men came from the directions of the upper gate, which faced north, each with his battle axe in his hands. And one man is in their midst, clothed with the linen, was clothed was clothed with linen, and had a writer's inkhorn at his side. And they came in and stood beside the bronze slaughter place. And the steam of the Elohim of Yisrael went up from the cherub where it had been to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, who had the writer's ink at his side. And he, I want to, and Yahweh said to him, "Pass on into the midst of the city, and into the midst of Jerusalem, and you shall put a mark on of the foreheads of the men who sign and who cried over all the abominations that are done within."
And to the others he said in my hearing, pass on into the city after him and strike. Do not let your eye pardon nor spare. Kill to destruction old, young, men, maidens, and children, and women. But do not come near anyone upon whom is the mark, and begin at my set apart place. So they began with the elders who were in front of the house. And he said to them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go out. And they went out instructing the city. And as they were striking them, it came to be that I alone was left. And I fell on my face and cried out, and said, Oh, my master Yahweh, are you destroying all the remnant of Israel and pouring out your wrath on Jerusalem?
And he said to me, the crookedness of the house of Israel and Yehuda is exceedingly great, and the land is filled with bloodshed, and the city filled with that which is warped. For they say, Yahweh has forsaken the land, and Yahweh is not seen. But as for me, my eyes shall not pardon, nor would I spare. I shall recompense their deeds on their own head. And see, the man clothed with linen, who had the inkhorn at his side, reported back and said, I have done as you commanded me.
Mm.
Mission complete.
Missing.
No, this reminds me of.
Talk to me.
I don't know if you're watching Naruto, but this reminds me of when Itachi had to slay all of his clan in order to save his brother.
Mm. Why do you have
Or,
to do that? Sorry.
because his clan was plotting a coup to take over the village. So it was either, and he tried, or they tried a peaceful way, but there was one dude that was like, or that stopped it. His name was Donzo. So he only had one choice, and that was to destroy his clan to protect his village and his brother.
Crazy. And what are the parallels you see? What are the parallels you see in this chapter?
Excuse me.
So deep with it.
It's just the like your example in verse 10. I shall not pardon, nor would I spare. I shall recompense their deeds on their own head.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was his, he had to kill his own parents. Like everybody except for
Hmm.
his brother, the person that he loved, or the woman that he loved. Let's take out everybody.
Heavy. Big.
Damn. I mean, at least he said he was going to spare the people that loved Yahweh and then never defiled him. And he was the only one left.
Mm. You know what I take from this, guys? And I hate to put this out there because our parents, your mom, still my mom, probably still do this. Remember on Passover or whatever, and they put the ash in the form of a cross or a T on their foreheads. What's the cross for? What's the T for? Is that for Tammuz? Right? And even the man in white linen, like letting you know, like, oh, this is a foreshadowing of foreshadowing. Oh, because when mine that I chose to sit on the in the throne on the throne that sits on his right hand, throne of Dawit, he dressed in linen. He's coming back with the double-edged sword, and he's coming back with crew. I pray that I could be part of that crew. I'm not gonna hold you to pillage, carnage, and just there's a lot of people, bro. I'm telling y'all, gentlemen, like there's a lot of people I tolerate. I'm sorry. I may even tell them I love them because I do. Me personally, I don't got no problem. And the Most High gives me to go to start slaughtering people. I pray that I'm with the horsemen, riding our horses in there, and just chopping people down. You heard? And I'm not saying this to be vengeful. I'm just saying, just like Sasuke, you put that out there, Shoot. I'm prepared to take out my village in order to save the remnant. I'm prepared. I'm just not gonna do it now. I didn't hit the horn didn't blow for me. but I'm preparing my heart. I'm working out to be ready. Even when these bones are gone, when they come back too, it's came back battle hardened, ready. Because there's one thing I'm not gonna play with, and I don't want damnation for my children. I don't want damnation for you guys. But if us the remnant could get it, we could save our family. We'll be the leaders of our family. It's crazy because in this chapter, Ezekiel, the ninth chapter, in the fourth verse, and it says, and I want to say it, and Yahweh said to him, pass on into the midst of the city, into the midst of Jerusalem, and you shall put a mark on the foreheads of men who sighed and who cried over all the abominations that are done within it. There's people that like this. People that's so warped, been influenced so much that they think what they're doing is right. And you're in the set apart city. You're in the set apart city, and you have been affluenced and influenced by the people around you so much that you think these abominations are the right thing to do. That's like us standing up and saying, man, I applaud gay marriages. Oh man, and same-sex marriages. Oh man, I applaud the killing of the babies. Just kill them out. If you can't, no, I applaud that. I applaud the Diddy parties. I like them. What's wrong with that? He's a black man doing what rich people do. That's what rich people do. Oh man, how can you take down Diddy, man? What's wrong with y'all? That's like us siding with the adversaries of the Most High. Let that sink in. On to the next one. We got a good one here. Okay. So it's not that lengthy. So two people will have 7 and one will have 8. So big,
I'll
since you can
take the
take,
8.
there you go. Reading my mind. And I looked and saw in the expanse that was above the head of the cherub, like a stabbed firestone, having the appearance of the lightness of a throne. And he spoke to the man clothed with linen, and said, go in amongst the wheels, under the cherub, and fill your hands with the coals of fire from amongst the cherubim, and scatter over the city. And he went in before my eyes, and the cherubim standing on the south side of the house when the man went in, and the cloud filled the inner court, and the steam of Yahweh went up from the cherub over the threshold of the house, and the house was filled with the cloud, and the court was filled with the brightness of the steam of Yahweh. And the sounds of the wings of the cherubim was heard in the outer court, like the voice of El Shaddai when he speaks. And it came to be, when he commanded the man clothed with linen, saying, take fire from amongst the wheels of the cherubim, that he went and stood beside the wheel. And the cherub stretched out his hand from amongst the cherubim to the fire that was amongst the cherubim, and took some, and put it in the hands of the man clothed with linen, who took it and went out.
And the form of a man's hand was seen under the wings of the cherubim. And I looked and saw 4 wheels beside the cherubim, and 1 wheel beside each cherub. And the wheels' appearance was like the color of beryl stone. As for their appearance, all 4 looked alike, as if a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went on their four sides. They did not turn aside when they went, but went in the direction the head was facing. They did not turn aside when they went, and their entire bodies, and their backs, and their hands, and their wings, and the wheels that the four had were covered with eyes all around. The wheels were called in my hearing wheel, and each one had four faces. The first face was the face of a cherub, and the second face was the face of a man, and the third face was the face of a lion, and the fourth face was the face of an eagle.
And the cherubim were lifted up. It was the living creature I saw by the river Kabar. And when the cherubim went, the wheels went. And when the cherubim went, the wheels went beside them. And when the cherubim lifted their wings to mount up from the earth, the same wheels also did not turn from beside them. When they stood still, the wheels stood still. And when one was lifted up, the other lifted itself up, for the spirit of the living creature was in them. And the esteem of Yahweh went from the threshold of the house and stood over the cherubim. And the cherubim lifted their wings and rose from the earth before my eyes. And when they went out, the wheels were beside them. And it stood at the door of the east gate of the house of Yahweh. And the esteem of the Elohim of Israel was above them. It was the living creature I saw under the Elohim of Israel by the river Kabar, and I knew they were cherubim. Each one had four faces, and each one had four wings. And the likeness of the hands of a man was under their wings, and the likeness of their faces was the same as the faces which I had seen by the river Kabar. Their appearances and themselves, each one went straight forward.
Guys, that to me, man, every time I read this, I just see a spaceship. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny and say like a spaceship like Interstellar. I'm talking about a real life, like a UFO, something that we have never seen or heard before. And like the more I study this living creature conversation, the more I'm like, there are beings. Remember we talked about the spiritual warfare, the spiritual realm. There's things that we can't see unless the Most High give us discernment to see them. Yeah, you could probably see a person trying to run game on you, probably run a scam on you, probably trying to trick you, probably trying to take your money. Imagine if you could see the demon inside them, not the person. Like, oh man, I'm not mad at that person. There's a demon in them. Imagine if you could see that. How amazing be amazingly frightening in some instances, amazing wondrous in some instances, right? Like when he still says the cherub, I'm like, wait, because I remember the faces. It's the face of a man, right? The face of an eagle, right? The face of a lion, and the other one was like a cow, right? Like a horned cow. Is that the cherubim? He said it came out of that spirit. It came out of that statue. That was designed for the Most High. Let me see if I got that. Let's see if, yep. Okay, so in Yezekiel, the 10th chapter, the 4th verse, it said, and the esteem of Yahweh went up from the curb over the threshold of the house, and the house was filled with the cloud, and the court was filled with the brightness of the esteem of Yahweh. Like, like I don't know when you guys can feel your Most High moment. I don't know. I do my best to try to share it, and I gotta do better. Like, I haven't done it in the past month or so with you guys. I haven't called you and be like, yo, I just had a Most High moment. Because I didn't want it to sound corny. But those are times where I feel the esteem, and sometimes it could flee. Sometimes I can feel it, and then it's gone that fast. But I'm filled with the set apart spirit. Like that's one spirit. Like I'm starting to see there's multiple that's around him. He's not alone. The man with the white linen, right? I'm not saying that's Christ, but that's a redeemer. That's somebody that's coming to set things straight on earth. That's a man that came out there, and the man had a mission. Yeah, I'm gonna mark these people. I'm gonna take account, and I'm gonna come and burn it. We're gonna slaughter these cats, and I'm coming burn it. Wasn't it six of them, gentlemen? Six guys that came with them? Did I get that right? Make sure I got that right. Sure I got that right. Yep, yep. Think about it, y'all. Six men. Okay, going back to Yeshua, Ezekiel, the ninth chapter, verse 2. Right? He says, and look, six men came from the directions of the upper gate, which faces north, each with his battle axe in his hand, and one man in their midst was clothed with linen and had a writer's ink horn at his side. And they came in and stood beside the bronze slaughtering places. That's seven people, or seven beings, to come and take out the entire. Guys, I gotta understand that, and not to say kill everybody. They were just whoever cried, whoever sighed for these abominations. Oh, they were getting it. Like I don't even want to play with the numbers because I'm not here to worship numbers. But seven, huh? That's interesting. Seven scrolls, seven bowls. That's interesting. What we're dealing with here, gentlemen, is higher than the mind could comprehend. But I think the Most High, He's giving us insight into this. He's giving us a window into the spirit realm. And He's allowing for us to choose. Y'all gentlemen, shout out to y'all. Y'all chose to come together. Yeah, we all read scripture on our own. Yeah, no problem. But we came together to do this. There's no leader in this. The Most High is the leader. The man He sends will be the leader. We'll probably be one of the six men with battle axes. Well, I know I want to be. Kill any whites I want. Anyone? Anyone? And I can add blacks to it too. Oh, oh, let me go. Once again, gentlemen, we're dealing with is we're hopping in our time machine. We're becoming detectives. We decide to wear our crowns and hop on our horses and went to go seek the face of the Most High. Be surrounded in His set apart esteem. That esteem that lifts us up to what some people call the set apart spirit. But there's a spirit of the cherubim, the cherub, that bull, the horned. There's a spirit of that, and some beings want to replicate that. I'm I'm gonna tell you how honored I am by showing you, by living that light, like by devoting my life to the Most High. And not in no corny way, like, oh man, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be a eunuch and I'm gonna, cut my balls off. No, that's not what He's saying. You need to be fruitful and prosper. We need more of us, whether it be the teachings or through your blood, through your loins. So shoot, you can go out there, talk to Mikey and talk to Liam, and you don't have to convince them. Hey, just maybe you want to come in on a Sabbath reading one time. Me and my family. Maybe you want to sit in. You may not be ready to give inputs because we're already here. Maybe you can. Maybe you say we'll ask you some questions, and you can ask us some questions about the verse, about this, because we're just detecting it. We're decoders. Big glitch, come back, glitch. Like, come back. Don't get too far gone. Don't get too lost. Don't go out there. Don't buy into everything these. I don't want to call them just liberals because that's not just what they are. But don't buy into everything these liberals are selling you. You wasn't feeling this way 5 years ago. They just sell you a program. You've been programmed, and it's okay. Don't take it personal. I've been programmed. Big been programmed. Shoop, you've been programmed. It's okay. As long as we know that it's a script, it's a program. First thing I remember telling Pooh about this video game is it's not real. Don't get caught up into it, or you can't play it. If you're not responsible enough to understand that this is just a script, somebody created this just to keep you entertained, to buy your time, to influence you, to make you buy merch, to influence your thoughts. As long as y'all cool with that, riding with the Most High, you can't lose. Big.
I'm soaking that one in.
Oh, you taking Pooh's line now, man. I got notes and everything and stuff. You write the same thing. You should be like ditto. I ain't shoot, man. I ain't got, but I still gotta go eat, sir. You know what I mean? I don't want to block you. You got 45 minutes this time, sir. Or your pizza free.
Well, sir, I think you already said everything I was just about to say. I had that all written, said it word for word. Like, dang, I already know exactly what I wrote down. That's crazy.
You took more than your 45 minutes, sir. Penalized you. It's like that. Oh man, guys, I want to I want to conclude this Sabbath reading, all right? Because we hit our mark. We're not trying to digest the whole scripture in one day. It's impossible, right? Even going through with five, I'm starting to see like that's that's enough for us. It's our daily bread. So I pray that the the uh, the year coming up, right? Because I'm starting to understand the year really starts in April. Our years, right? Like this whole New Year's ball dropping, that's for Baal. That's all for Baal. Tammuz. This whole 3 days he died, and that's all for Tammuz. That's all the Christmas. That's all for. It should really call Xmas, but Christos is their word anyway. It's what the Greeks came up with. That's yours. You can have it. You can have it. I'm praying that in the new year that we are focused on the days of festivities, the days that the Most High was like, look, I know we don't farm, but the days of fresh first fruit. I- Passover, I know we're not in Mizraim. Technically, we kind of are. Technically, this is still Colombia is still here. That's a woman god. That's a woman deity, guys. Right? We're still in that. We're still in that. But I'm hoping, praying that we, as his children, as his soldiers, right, as his chosen, the ones that choose to listen to him, that we can keep his set apart ways. We learning from the Torah, his high holy days. We can keep that set apart. If we can't do it all, because we understand we're in captivity, we're still in Babylon, we're still in Rome, New Rome, New York. We're still in New York, right? No matter where, I could be over here. It's still influenced by over there. These people want to do what these people here want to do what they do back home. But I thank the Most High Yah that He gave us the courage to stand on our own, that come together to come find Him, to go look for His face. I'm grateful. You don't think I would want Uncle Greg to be here? I love him. Uncle Marvin, I love him. Uncle Patu, but I'm grateful that I could pray for them. Father, please change their heart. Change mine. Let me be an example. They call me on video, see how I'm living. You don't think that's a blessing? Like, man, you looking good, cuz. Thank you. You know, the Most High. Ah, you're talking now, Most High. Ah, okay. I don't care. Before I be like, I gotta respect their feelings. Nah, I don't care. I don't care. Because I have, if I run from doing my job, oh, the Most High is gonna. That's like you know when the parent tells a kid, oh, either you go fight that bully or you fight me, and that bully gonna get thrashed. You heard? So I rather deal with their demons right then and there. I'm not afraid of you. Cause of why? Cause I'm standing with the Most High. I know in the house of Dawid, I want to be somewhere in the center, close to his Hiyakar. I don't care if I'm sweeping up. I don't care if I'm washing the windows. I don't care if I'm the chef. But when the time comes, I want to put down my apron, put up my broom, put down my sponge, hop on my high horse, and ride down with Yahshua. And really put that work in, you heard? So gentlemen, let's conclude this. All right. Big, can you lead us out with prayer? Please.
Thank you, Yahweh, for guiding us on this Sabbath day read. I pray that you give us the wisdom, the knowledge, the discernment that we need. And also pray for abundance in love, joy, peace, positivity, prosperity, and more life. And I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you have given us. Thank you for bringing us together. In Yeshua's name I pray. Amen.
Man,
Amen.
I'm saying this with my all my respect, really. When I say I love you guys, it's something that it's a conditional love. Meaning I love where we're walking together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna hold you big, mind you. When you were born, I'm still a kid. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm a man, don't get me wrong, but like right now, big, like shoot, a 17-year-old, it's a kid to you. And I'm grateful to have my first spiritual boy, my first spiritual son. Still, you know what I'm saying, young and take on the world, foolish. I'm 24 when I have Pooh. I'm still a young man. Like, shoot, that's like you in another 3 years you have a kid, married and a kid. Can you see that? Like, yo, that's a lot of responsibility. What you doing? Calm down. And I'm so grateful that I have my boys in my youth, where they could see me go through my pain, my suffering, see me go through my trials and my tribulations, and learn from that. Big was a better hustler, better rapper, better artist than I ever could be. Shoot, making better music than I ever could make. And I'm proud of that. I'm saying let's keep going, gentlemen. for the next generations, any other generation, to see us standing in our glory, shining from within because we're using the Most High as a battery, as a source. So, if you guys got time